Man, we got one of my favorite guys on the Zoom right now. I mean, this team been taking over the streets for a long time. One of my favorite cats in the group right now, Conway the Machine's on the line with us on this Zoom. Hey, Regg, you see him, Mike? You see it.
I see what he's doing over there. You're
No
looking like money right now,
love,
bro.
man. No question. Thank you, man. Thank you. Working hard, man. Happy to be, it's a blessing, man. These just trophies, man, from the hard work we putting in.
Conway,
that's a nice trophy.
Let me ask you,
Thank you,
Conway, man. Coming up in this game from a person who fell in love with hip hop a long time ago, you used to buy these albums, you used to buy these tickets to go see these guys doing shows. Now you're in the studio with these same guys that you looked up to, these same guys that you admired growing up as a kid, and you're in the same studio touching the same mic. Is that surreal? How does that feel to you, realizing that this is happening?
Yeah, it's surreal, man. It's like I say, man, it's a blessing, man, and I never take it for granted, take it lightly. Like you said, I used to be, wherever I was at, you know what I mean, in the hood, and I'm always the shit that I listen to. I ain't mean to cuss. I don't know if that's good. But this is the stuff that that I listened to and I enjoyed, and that got me through whatever I was going through. And these are guys who I respected their craft and was fans of their music and stuff. So to be blessed to be in this position and get an opportunity to work with some of these same guys, and even some of the new up and coming dudes that just now getting started too, it's just a blessing, man. It's dope. It's a dope feeling.
You said some of these guys you listen to come up kind of change your life. They taught you about going up in these streets. Do you intend to change other people's lives now that you got the microphone? People listen to you, tell them how you grew up, tell them your side of the story. Is that in your mind when you're writing these songs?
Absolutely, absolutely. Not even just with in the songs that I'm writing and in the lyrics, but I try to change lives and impact as many lives as I can outside of the booth, outside of the studio with a lot of the stuff that I be doing in the community, in the city back where I'm from. So, what I mean? That's I feel like that's important. I feel like that's important, and that's one of my number one priorities is making sure that I use my platform in this position I've been blessed with to change other lives or impact as many lives as I can. And I just want to. It's supposed to be more. It should be more of us guys that come from where I come from and look like me. If it's rapping or playing ball, whatever it is, a restaurant, whatever it is, it need to be more of us that get ourselves in position to help others and bring others up. You know what I'm saying? So I take that with pride, actually.
It's crazy how how you talking about the new up and coming guys. At this point, like a year ago, it was the rappers talking about y'all like that, like we feeling enough new up and coming guys, them Griselda dudes. Every time a rapper talked about the up and coming, it was Griselda, whether it was Jadakiss, Jim Jones, whoever. They mentioned Griselda, and now to hear you say the up and coming guys, do you feel like a vet in the game now for the younger guys?
I mean, I feel like I'm not there yet. You know what I mean? I'm still I'm still in my prime. I don't even think I got to my prime yet. I feel like because I'm only been really doing it, and I signed my deal in 2017 with Shady Records, so it's like I'm still relatively fresh. I still ain't even dropped, which would be technically my first album yet, which is God Don't Make Mistakes. Like I really ain't even I just dipped my toe in the water. I like to think, you know what I'm saying?
I dropped a lot of music though.
Yeah, we dropped a lot of music. We just, that's just our work ethic. I'm the type of person, I just don't like sitting on my hands, man, and just doing nothing. It's like I'm gonna find something to do and something to get into, and just music, just something I just gravitate to, because like, it's how I express and tell my whatever I'm feeling or whatever I got in my chest, I can get it off in that booth. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think we like vets yet in the game. We seasoned though. We got experience. We got playoff experience though. You know what I mean?
Okay.
we can lead the team to the finals. We there yet. We almost there.
Okay. You can get to the finals. You ain't getting put out in the first round.
Absolutely not.
We got Conway the Machine. Hey, Conway, we live in a world right now where the people listen to music, they want more and more and more. They're never satisfied with just what you got. You guys have always been giving them more, and you never relax. You always got music on the table for them. If you want something, you guys are producing and putting stuff out all the time, whether it's on a major label or whether you guys just put it out mixtape wise. Was that part of the game, just to always have something for people? Give them more, give them more.
Yeah, that was part of the strategy too. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's this was all stuff that, you know, West Side Gun and myself, we kind of mastermind. We kind of, you know, we figured out a way to, you know, and I don't want to give away too much of the playbook, but, you know, to make it kind of boutique, you know what I mean? Almost like how it, like, you know, when Yeezys was first coming out, like, you know, they keep coming out, but it's only so limited pair, you know what I mean? That the people that missed that first one, they can't wait for that next drop, and they're gonna be, now the line is, you know, people spending the night in the line, sleeping in the parking lot to get another pair to try to get theirs this time because they missed the first one. It's kind of like that with our merch and with our music, you know what I'm saying? When we that's how we started out. Like, we would put the CDs out ourselves and stuff, but we would only have like 50 copies ever only, or, you know what I mean? Something like that. So kind of help create a frenzy for, you know, that thirst for more, you know what I mean? And you know, we just kept feeding them. That definitely was a part of the, you know, the strategy coming in with it.
But being from Buffalo, New York, which is not a city that's known for hip hop, well, not known for hip hop, but not known for having artists coming from there. How do it feel to put that city on?
Hold on, Rick James came from Buffalo. That's Rick James, my man, made Mary Jane.
Absolutely.
Rick James from Buffalo. You know, I never knew that.
Yeah, nah, Rick James from Buffalo, man. Yeah, absolutely. Rick James from Buffalo. You know what I mean? He shook the game up and changed the game when he came out doing this thing. So we kind of, it's kind of almost the same, similar, like something about them Buffalo kids, man.
I never knew Rick James came from Buffalo. So I mean, y'all stretch apart though. So I don't know if that had any impact on y'all seeing Rick James, you know, do what he did. That's a legend.
Yeah, that's you know, that was years ago, a couple decades ago. But you know, man, I'm a student of the game, so I'm definitely familiar with, you know, what he did and how he revolutionized the game, man. And he was a one of one. He came with his own style and the way he did his own thing and didn't really care what nobody thought of him or anybody's opinion. I like to carry that as well. Like I aspire to achieve that level of 0 F's given.
Yeah. So
you
being from Buffalo, which is looked at just like in Connecticut, that we're looked at as B markets. So it's tough to get up out of it. And there's a lot of artists in these markets. What you think separates you guys from all the other artists in the small markets trying to get on?
The hustle. You know what I mean? You gotta hustle smarter, not harder. You know what I'm saying? I tell the homies all the time, like, man, there's probably some dudes in the hood or, you know, in the boroughs or in any other city that probably can wrap circles around the average hot rapper in the game, but they just ain't, you know, they don't know how to really take it there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think being from Buffalo, a small market, a city, like you said, that ain't really known for music or really, you know, ain't nobody really pop from there but Rick James. I think that helped us because we had to really figure out a way to navigate through and get in, you know what I mean? Get our way in, you know what I'm saying? Like, I like to think of it like, you know what I mean? If you trying to drive somewhere, say you're trying to go to your girl house, you know what I mean? You might not always got to take the expressway. You can take the side streets and stuff. You might even get there faster. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It might be an accident or something on the expressway. Now you stuck in 30-minute traffic, and it might have been better for you to go to side streetways. Like, you never know what's your way to get in, and you just got to figure it out and navigate through. You know what I'm saying? And we was able to do that.
Now, Conway, you jumped in the studio, you walked in the booth. Well, I don't know if you were in the booth, but with Dr. Dre. That's one thing I would love to do, just to think the questions I would have for him is just to see him in the studio. What went through your mind when you walked in there with Dr. Dre sitting there?
Like, holy, I'm here. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't believe it. You know what I'm saying? I was actually there with Kanye, him and Kanye at the same time. Yeah, and I couldn't believe that. Honestly, I was speechless and lost for words. And you know, normally I'm more of a listener than a talker anyway. You know what I mean? That's probably why I don't do a lot of interviews and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, cause I don't really like talking all the time. I'm more of a listener and an observer. You know what I'm saying? So I'm usually in the room with guys like that, and I'm just soaking up game, man. You know what I mean? Every time they drop some jewels, I'm just want to be the first to pick them up. You know what I mean? But that was a legendary moment. That night was legendary, man. That night was legendary. Well,
I can imagine what was going through your head and what you were thinking with Dr. Dre and Kanye there. Just, you know.
Yeah, Dre played me some stuff too, man. I'm telling you.
He pushed the button on you?
Yeah, he pushed the button on me, man. He's like, yo, tell me what you think, man. I want to play you a couple joints. And he played me like 5 joints, like with him rapping and beats and all. I'm like, this is unreal. I couldn't even.
Now tell me this. Dr. Dre tell you to tell him what you think, and he play a song and you're not feeling it. Do you tell him?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? For 2 reasons. Like, you know, I'm not the type to really kind of like sugarcoat nothing. I don't pump fake. So I'm gonna just, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna try to like, you know, tear you down or, you know, discourage you. I'm gonna say it in a way to kind of uplift you or motivate you. But, you know, you still know that, you know, that wasn't really it. But I know Dr. Dre from everything that I've seen in the movies and the documentaries and you know, just following since the 90s. Dre gonna let you know how he feel. Like, nah, do that over immediately.
So he gonna give it to you.
Yeah, so I'm gonna give it to him the same way. That's what you would expect, in my opinion. So hey, nah, Dre, that ain't the one. You know, I'll tell him what.
And then you never know. Dre could have played you something that he knew was trash. He just wanted to see where you was at. Say,
that could be true. That could be definitely true too.
You know,
I will say this: the joints he played for me though, out of this world, all of them.
Wow. So the world's missing a lot. When he releases that stuff, it's going to be well worth the wait.
If he feels like it, he could really like ruin things for TikTok for the next 8 months to a year. Yeah.
That's crazy.
New albums in the stores right now, man. The new albums in the streets right now is JID and Ludacris is crazy. Ludacris, he spit fire with me. Ludacris was always one of my favorite rappers.
Mine too.
To get him in the booth and to spit that right there was kind of hot. I like that song the way it came out, man. How did that feel in the studio when you guys put that together?
Well, that song we wasn't together in the studio because you know, Luda was shooting his you know, Fast 9, the movie, you know, and I know Jay was like out west working on his album and finishing up his album, so we wasn't in the studio together. And I had just did my part. I didn't know what I was gonna do with that record. I just reached out to Don Cannon, like, yo, send me a batch. And he sent some beats through. And I heard that joint. And that was like the first joint that I'm like, yeah, I'm about to go on that. And I did my verse. And it's funny because around that time when I did that song, the Wendy Williams clip had hit the internet when she was like a fan had called the show and was naming his top 5. Right. And he had me in his top 5, and she was like, who's Conway? And the DJ was like, said some weird shit or something. But so Luda had commented on it, you know what I mean? And I just like DM'd him like, yo, good looking, Brody. You know, I had met him before, like, anyway, you know what I'm saying? But I'm like, good looking, man. We got to lock in, you know what I mean? Like, man, send me something. So I'm just like, I sent him Scatterbrain, you know what I mean? And he sent his verse back. And then I know me and Jed always had like a relationship since like maybe like 2018. You know what I'm saying? Seeing each other at festivals and at shows and stuff, we'd be on the same bill, and it was always like love. You feel me? So
is it crazy that how you can just DM somebody or hit somebody like, yo, we need to lock in and do this joint, and they, you know, I'm pretty sure a lot of artists inbox people saying I need to do this, I want to do that, but they actually hit you back like, let's go.
yeah, it's crazy, man.
It wasn't always like
that. Nah, it wasn't always like that. It still ain't like that though. Honestly, like I'm gonna keep it a buck. Like that's why I really like respect dudes who, you know, solid, keep their word, do what they're gonna say, even respond back and all that. Because like you know, on the other side of it, I've reached out even for this album. You know what I'm saying? I done reached out to a couple of dudes that was supposed to have been on them. I ain't gonna say their names, but you know, dudes be, you know what I mean? They'll say, yeah, I'm gonna do it. Then don't send it back, don't reply, don't. Some people even go as far as don't message you back, you know what I mean? Leave you on scene and all that. Well, nobody left me on scene, but you know, that's the kind of stuff they do, you know what I mean? So it ain't always that. It ain't just, you know, simple as a DM, like, you know what I mean? I ain't the type that always reach out to. I don't really, you know, be wanting to do that anyway. I don't need no features or really like doing songs with people. I like to be in the studio, just me and my homies, and, you know, work on my craft the way I do. Because the way, even like, I don't even like being around a lot of people because, you know, with the Bell's palsy and all that, you know what I'm saying? I record different and I do things differently now, you know what I'm saying? So I don't even be reaching out like that. But when I have reached out to several of some of our favorite rappers and did not get a reply, or even I got capped like, yeah, all right, I got you, man, send it through. Yep, I'm gonna send it. And you know what I mean? And I ain't the type of person to act twice and three times. Like, you know, you gonna do it, you or you ain't. You know what I mean? And it's still all love. You know what I mean?
The show's still going on. The album's still coming out with it without.
Yeah. Album's still coming out. Album's still, you know, gonna tear the world up. You know what I mean? Cause the world destruction. I mean, life is still great. You know what I mean? We'll catch up next time. And then you niggas might have been busy or something.
Now,
who knows? I ain't tripping.
When you and the guys get together and record, right?
Mm.
Is it like a sparring match when you hear their verse? Wait a minute, I gotta come with more heat because he came with some fire. So let me outdo him. Is it like that? Is it a boxing match when you guys get there?
I'm sure it is. I know it's like that with me. So when I hear it, I'm trying to, you know, I want to be the most talked about, you know, verse of the record. You know what I'm saying? I want dudes to be like, yo, you heard yo, Con went crazy. That's what I look for. And I'm sure Benny and West, they do that too. You know what I mean? Well, I know I definitely do. I hear something Benny said or West said, and I'll be like, wait a minute, nah.
So
let me get off real quick.
So you heard a few of their verses one time and you went back and you changed something. Did you ever go back?
No, I never did that. I never went back and changed that. And I just took the L with grace and dignity. I just like, all right, Benny, you got that one. Wes, you got that one. All right, bro. I'm gonna get you.
But you
know what I mean?
You boxing with some champs though. It ain't like you
boxing
some champs in that room with you.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah. No, it's not easy. You know what I'm saying?
All of y'all family, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
You and Wes's cousins?
You know, us three. Yeah, I mean, but you know, even our outside homies is family too. You know what I'm saying?
Now, is it more artists with Griselda other than you, Benny and West?
Yeah, I believe Bodie James, Armani Caesar, YM Billy. I believe that's it.
You know what I always since I've been hip to Griselda, what I always thought I was like what I wanted to see. I wanted to see like a Griselda Wu-Tang Triumph record.
Yeah, that'll be fire. I would love to see that. they're my big bros. You know, I love all them brothers, man. They show me so much love, man, and I respect them to the utmost. And them some other guys who, when I get around them, when I be chilling with Raekwon or whatever, I get around Ghost and them dudes and Meth. Like I just, you know, I get quiet and I just soak up jewels. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get where they took it, where they at in life and where they took it. So, you know, I keep my big mouth shut and keep my ears open and my eyes open. And I just want to learn, you know what I'm saying? That's what I need to get from these guys, man. Not the pictures, not the all that, you know what I mean? I'm trying to, I need to learn, you know what I mean? So I can be the best that I could be.
When you look at a group like the Wu-Tang Clan, do you see organization-wise certain similarities? Because I see a lot of similarities. Like the Wu-Tang Clan, there'll never be another Wu-Tang Clan. You got different offsets from Wu-Tang Clan. You guys, there will never. You guys set a trend, and you guys didn't bend for nobody. When Wu-Tang came, they didn't care what was on the radio. They didn't care what was popular. They
Right.
made what they believed in, and you guys came in and you did exactly what you want to do. Never mind all that, the harmonizing and all that. No, we hip hop. We're gonna do what we do, and the people are gonna love us or leave us alone.
Mhm. Yeah, there's similarities. I see a lot of similarities, man. Like I said, we students of the game, man. We students of it, you know. So, and you know, we was definitely in the first desk in the classroom with what you know, Wu-Tang was the teachers. You know what I'm saying? And we, you know, we study and learn. That's why we, you know, it's so much love and respect to them. You know what I'm saying? Every time I see them, I gotta give them their flowers. You know what I'm saying? Because you know they definitely spearheaded. You know what people, you know what you could say we doing. Like you know what I'm saying? How they was selling, you know, the T-shirts and the merch, and it was the worldwide frenzy and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But honestly, we doing some stuff that ain't never been seen ourselves. Like you know, the way we, you know, you know, people, you know, tattooing, you know, our faces on them and our, you know, painting murals and stuff all over the world, like Australia and Japan. And they wearing the shirts, they wearing the merch, they selling out the shows. You know what I mean? Coming from Buffalo, you know what I'm saying? It's almost like coming from Staten Island compared to the boroughs, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So it's kind of the same, you know what I mean? But it's still different in a sense too, because it's like it's like the way we did it. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? The things we doing, we didn't really come in with like a huge following in the internet world, like on Twitter and Instagram. We weren't like no YouTube followers. A lot of our music didn't stream. Like we had no streaming history or none of that when we did our deal with Shady Interscope, and we got a joint venture with Shady Interscope. You know what I'm saying?
Some people feel like when they discover the artist they're new and like they just came from nowhere and they on. But we know it's a long road before you actually seen. What was that grind like? How long was that grind before y'all really like came up for air and said we here?
Man, it was, you know, man, it definitely was a journey. You know, they say, man, it take at least 10 years to become an overnight success. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like you said, you never know how long people been working. And I know, man, we've been at this, man, since we was teenagers, man. Since we was, you know, in high school, just going into high school, stuff like that, man. I remember me and Westside always been, you know, always had this dream, always strive for this, always wanted to do this. I mean, many open mic nights and battles and shows and showcases and you know what I'm saying, messing with the labels and like, yeah, we gonna sign you, we gonna do this, man, it's gonna be good. You know, you gotta deal with the cat and you know, you get soul drains when you young by dudes who, you know, rock you to sleep. Yeah, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. And none of it materialized. Like, you know, it's a journey, but it's beauty in a journey, you know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of thankful. I'm glad that it didn't happen, you know, back, you know, when we was in high school and stuff like that, man. We was able to learn and become, you know, stronger, you know, better MCs, better all just better men, you know what I'm saying? became fathers, you know, we went through our ups and downs, you know what I'm saying, getting shot, going to jail, doing time, you know what I'm saying, losing homies, losing family. We needed all that, you know what I'm saying? And that's what made this so beautiful and, you know, the way it is, because like we worked so hard and been through so much, man. It's a blessing to be able to be the ones that people consider that breathe the breath back into this hip hop that we love.
Yeah.
Nothing's easy, man. If it's easy, it's not gonna last. Nothing is easy. You gotta go through the ups and downs. You gotta hurt. There's pain in success. There's a lot of pain in success.
Absolutely.
I don't realize that right there.
Mhm.
Now this tour, you're hitting the streets again. We opened back up. At least they've been open down south. But we both
Yeah, they've been open down south. They
South-
said they said they got the
ain't
cure
never
for the
closed, if
COVID
you
and
ask
for the
me.
lemon pepper.
You got your own tour. You're gonna start your own tour once we get up back on the road. Tell me about this.
Yeah, man, Love Will Get You Killed tour. September, we kicking it off. We're gonna be on the road. We started in Atlanta, and we just gonna be hitting a lot of cities, man. We just, you know, having fun, man. We back on stage, back connecting with the fans. And it's just, I'm excited, man. I ain't toured since like, you know, last year, like March, you know what I'm saying? So this is, you know, this for me, I'm excited. I can't wait, you know what I mean? And you know, I got like 3 albums worth of stuff that I haven't performed any of it. And, you know, I can't wait for the fans to, you know, see me out there, you know, pumping electricity through the whole crowd.
What's the temperature with Griselda right now? There's a lot of rumors that you guys are not together right now, or you breaking up. How true is that? If not,
Yeah, man, I told man, people, them boys cut me off, man. They cut me off, Big Red.
You're eating too good, Regg.
They cut me off. They said, man, you know what, man? Nah, I'm joking around, man. Everything good with the bros, man. I just was talking to Wes before I even got on this, you know what I mean? Probably about to go to his house and you know, work on some music, work on that Hitler 8, do I think I'm the last little verse or two I gotta do.
Okay.
And that joint done, but nah, it's all love, it's all family, man. I just be clowning around a little sometimes, man. You know, with the fans having a little fun.
Regg,
You know, I really don't know where they got, you know, where that be, you know, coming from, because like, you know, we ain't just no group of guys that just, you know, was put
y'all
together.
family.
Yeah, like, so we can get out in the middle of the street and fist fight, and it's still gonna be
It's still gonna be
see us
Griselda.
together the same way. Yeah, exactly.
I wouldn't be surprised if they had a few fist fights between each other, because family's gonna fight, man. They're gonna fight.
Family fight, man. Brothers fight, families fight, cuz, so, you know, it's be like that. Don't see eye to eye, get mad, you know what I mean, whatever. But like at the end of the day, man, it definitely ain't no internet. We ain't no internet, you know what I mean, looking for clout off of it or none of that, man. Like I said, man, we love each other too much for that. It's always gonna be, you know, Griselda over everything. Even if we went outside and, you know what I mean, rolled around in the dirt a little bit, like it's still gonna, you know, nigga, we gonna get up and, you know what I mean, go get a shot of Henny.
Hey, Regg, Conway, you guys are the true essence of a hip hop band. You guys have been to the small venues, you know, the Chitlin circuit, per se, the little small rooms, in the big stages. So you guys ain't afraid to jump on any stage. You guys came to Hartford. I see you just walk through the crowd. And the stage had about 30 people on stage, and the show's going crazy. You guys don't see that doesn't happen. Give me one time. What stage did you hit that finally made you realize, damn, they know every word, every breath I take? Was there one particular show that stands out where it's like, this is it?
Where it blew my mind, where probably the first time was, I probably gotta say, maybe that Webster Hall show, the first show of the Griselda on Steroids tour.
Ooh.
It was I came out and there was it was everybody in it. Was, first of all, it was packed wall to wall. Raekwon had came through, Prodigy, rest in peace, Locks, so many other people, Paul Rosenberg and was in the crowd watching in the back. So I was like wild nervous, and I was like mad drunk too. You know what I mean? And then, I'm thinking this was the first like show of the tour. Like I really didn't have any, performance experience before that. Like I did a little over mic nights and stuff like that, but I never like did a show, you know what I'm saying? And I just thought it was gonna be like a regular show or whatever. And I walked out there and I was getting so much love. They holding up my vinyls and my t-shirts and CDs. And they singing it word for word, and it was going so crazy that I forgot the whole verse of Black Tape.
They didn't.
We had to,
They didn't
we had to just stop the beat and just West hugs me like, yo, this dude, man, you know what I mean? This the machine, man. Let's go.
They all came out. Hey, Reg, I was at that show. I had to.
Yeah.
I was like on the side of looking through a window. There's a little opening.
Yeah.
On that side trying to peek in. And every New York artist came through, whether they was on stage or they was fans of the show. You guys from Buffalo, New York, went to New York City.
New York City.
New York City.
Yeah.
Guys from Buffalo went to the city, and every legend in the city came out to see you guys. Amazing.
Right. That was amazing.
Tell me,
man. That was electric.
Was it tough getting the love from the cats in the boroughs in the city? Even though you are from New York State, you from upstate in the city, sometimes New Yorkers feel like, you know what I mean? I'm from Brooklyn, I'm from Queens, I'm from this,
Honestly, it was the opposite. I mean, I honestly was expecting that, like what you just said, like, you know what I mean? Like, and it just was love initially. Like I was went out there a couple of times, like before this Griselda thing had even took off, like, couple like years when I was younger and stuff, in my 20s and stuff, and like battled some dudes, got love. And then I like did like a little show out there, a little showcase, and I got, love. I was getting more love than some dudes that was from the borough. So it's like I was definitely like surprised, like not surprised, but like I was anticipating like, man, get this dude, man. I ain't gonna see them rappers in Buffalo, you know what I mean? I was expecting to hear that, you know what I mean? So that's why I think my raps were so good, because I was writing with that aggression. Like, yeah, I dare anybody say anything about Buffalo, I got something for them. You know what I mean?
Ready.
Well, but it was always love. Even when we did the shows, like you said, Webster Hall was like packed wall to wall, like I had never seen. And like, man, like, it was always been love. Every time we go to New York City, it's always, they treat us like, like we from there. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Conway, man, I got to thank you, man. I've been waiting to get this interview with you. It's great talking to you. Much success. The album's out right now. I'm sure you got a couple of people you're working with that you can't mention right now, because we don't want to let the cat out of the bag, but I'm sure you got some secrets about to drop. I know.
Hey, Conway,
man,
what that means is,
man. Thank you.
What that means is Buck know who you working with. He just ain't gonna say it.
Right. Yeah, he got the drop on me.
You got to watch it, Conway. When we open back up and you come back to Connecticut, you got to stop by the station and sit down with us and have this conversation so everybody can call you and ask you questions. We have a lot of questions, but your fans probably got tons of questions that we haven't even asked yet because they love you.
Absolutely, man. I love to come through, man. And shit, man, thank you for having me on the show. I appreciate y'all boys, man, for real.
All right.
You already know.
And my man, I'll talk to you soon.
All right, man. Love and respect, General.
I want.